Hi, lovely, lovely, lovely people. Can we give each other a wave today? Beautiful to see you all. Let's wave and send some love to our Facebook and YouTube live streamers. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Welcome to all of your hearts here today. Thank you to Carpe Diem Arts for making this wonderful opportunity still possible are we in year 5? Is that true? This is crazy in a very, very good way. And we are on day 1488. Thank you, Carolyn. Woo, woo, amazing. So here we are, and we have Aileen Vance here, wonderful singer-songwriter, couldn't say that for a moment, song leader, mum, guitar player, general all-round awesome human. So she's going to tell us what she's been up to and share a song with us today, but let's just welcome everybody into the room first. So welcome to Aileen. Let's give Aileen a wave. Special wave to Aileen. Hello, welcome to you from Santa Cruz. Welcome to Jojo from New Hampshire. Hello. Thank you to Erin for doing the wonderful tech in the Bronx today. Becky, welcome. Arlene in Berkeley, hello. Hoda in BC, good to see you. Susan in Cincinnati, Deborah in Kentucky, Nancy, hello. Kathy in Colorado, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK, Bene in California, Julie in Ontario, Canada, Kim in New Hampshire, Sheila in North Florida, Mabel Yang and the Bear, hello. Kathleen in Albuquerque, hi. Caroline in DC, Laris in the UK, welcome. Jim Harkless, welcome to you. Linda in Orcas Island, Trish in Victoria, Athena, welcome from Brooklyn. Kate G in Charlottesville, let's go to page 2. Anne in Nashville, hello, welcome to you. Cliff in Vermont, Kevin, hi, in New Hampshire. Sue in Seattle, welcome. Storm in Massachusetts, welcome. Carolyn, hello, from Boise. Delhi in Maryland, Anne in Silver Spring, Annette in California, hello to all of you. Aloysius in Massachusetts, Kevin in DC, Dan in Vienna, Gary in Massachusetts, Elizabeth in California, Bronwyn in Victoria, BC, Bonnie Schuster, welcome, welcome. Sandy in North Carolina, Nancy and her wonderful cow in the Washington State, LMG in Connecticut, Cat Cox, and last but not least, Cricket in Maryland. Hello to all of you wonderful souls. Wow, it feels like a big tribe here today. Let's take a deep breath together. Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Great to see some of you, by the way, maybe quite a few of you for our racial justice discussion just a few days ago. So wonderful to be involved in that, and so wonderful to see the community forming around that and the steps hopefully taken forward in the work. So it's just great. So thank you, thank you. And yeah, let's welcome Aileen Vance. She's in Santa Cruz. She is a singer-songwriter. She has a great song for us today. She's been on the Daily before, so she is well known here, but I'm sure there's things that we are going to find out about you today, Aileen, that we don't know. Over to you to lead us in song.
Oh, wow. It's so amazing every single time I come into this room to see the devotees of the Daily Antidote of Song. And the fact that people show up from all over the world well, for me, it's morning. I guess for some of you, it's afternoon. And for Fran, it's early evening. So I'm really impressed. And 1488, oh my gosh, amazing. Thank you to everyone who keeps this going. The Daily Antidote, the daily medicine, the daily saving of the spirit with one song at a time. I've been thinking, I think the last few times I've been on, I've shared one of my own songs that I wrote, but this week, several Melvina Reynolds songs have been going through my head, and this is the one that kind of stuck. It's one that not a lot of people know, so learn it with me now, and then we'll talk a little bit about, I was talking with Fran beforehand about what the words are about and what it might mean and where it might have come from. But this is one of my favorites of hers. And your part, you're welcome to sing along on all of it, but your part goes, "There's no hole in my head, too bad." And you'll have plenty of times to chime in on that. You can play along on an instrument too if you want. Everybody thinks my head's full of nothing. Wants to put his own special stuff in. Fill that space with candy wrappers. Keep out sex and revolution, but there's no hole in my head. Too bad. Call me a dupe of this and the other. Call me a puppet on a string. They don't know my head's full of me, and I have got my own special thing, and there's no hole in my head. Too bad. I have lived since early childhood, figuring out what's going on. I know what hurts, I know what's easy, when to stand and when to run, and there's no hole in my head. Too bad. Now here's your chance to make a little orchestra with whatever you've got. You could even use your voice. Wah, 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 la, la, la. La, 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 la. Wah, 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 wah. La, 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 la. So please stop shouting in my ear. There's something I want to listen to. There's a kind of bird song up there somewhere, and feet walking the way I mean to go, and there's no hole in my head. Too bad. Repeat the first verse. Well, everybody says my head's full of nothing. Wants to put his own special stuff in. Fill the space with candy wrappers. Keep out sex and revolution, but there's no hole in my head. What'd you say? I said there's no hole in my head. Now, there's no hole in my head. Too bad.
Oh, yeah. Aileen, I would just so love to come and see you live. You rock a performance. That was awesome.
Fran, someday we're going to have to figure out how to make that happen. We should do a community singing workshop together sometime.
I would love that.
That would be so fun. And it's so amazing. I love how everyone just gets into, I love how we can see everyone's faces when we do these. And see you all. I wish I could hear you all at one time. Maybe we can try that at the very end today.
Yeah.
Everybody on mute.
Well, it's a really great song. It's a singable one that people could pick up as well. So, yeah, tell us about why you chose the song and what it means to you, why it's one of your favorites. And I love the fact that I asked you about it beforehand, because as people know here, lyrics sometimes go over my head. And because I knew a little bit of the context, I was having a wry smile all the way through.
Well, I was, it's funny how one thing I was thinking about is, it's one thing to, and I love singing my own songs, and I feel very lucky that I've had the experience of writing songs that I really enjoy singing and presenting with other people. But I thought it's something else entirely to remember how important it is that we all have this huge wealth, this huge pool of music that's been given to us. And one of my favorite wells to draw from is Melvina Reynolds songs. And this week and last week, looking at the news, so many of her songs were going through my head. There's, it isn't nice to block the doorway. It isn't nice to go to jail. There are nicer ways to do it, but the nice ways always fail. That one was going through my head, and, so many others. But this one, I think of it like her ultimate retort to what I would call mansplaining. That phrase, whenever I sing the first line, I think of that phrase, don't you worry your pretty little head about that.
Yes.
It's not something you need to worry about.
Yes.
So that's the way that I hear it. And I also think that young women right now are really, really on fire and impressing me with the level of activism that they're bringing to the world. And I think it's really important that other people don't try to define for you who you are, no matter, what gender you are, how you identify, that people don't try to define you and tell you who you are. You have your own song inside of you. You have your own sense of self. You know where you want to walk. So just go there. So that's why I love this song so much. And I always come back to it. And, it's something that really speaks to me. And it's also just, it is lighthearted, but it has this kind of gravity underneath it. I wish I could be like that more often, to be able to have that kind of wit, so.
It's very refreshing as a song to listen to. It's just like, and empowering. Yeah, I will really enjoy singing that again at the end. And I just want to shout out Nancy Schimmel, who is here, Melvina Reynolds' daughter, who has also sung here in the Daily. So that's lovely. Did you know Nancy would be here, Aileen?
I was hoping she would be here. And that's another one of those things that really means a lot to me when I show up, is that all these people come on a regular basis. I think there are people in this room that are on the West Coast that get up early just to come every day to Daily Antidote of Song. They really use the antidote part of it in their daily lives. So I'm so impressed with that.
It's great, huh? Yeah, what a great way to start your day. I mean, it's lovely to end the day as well, but having that in the beginning, look, people are going, yes, it's amazing. So yeah, awesome. So Aileen, tell us a bit about things that you've been up to recently. Have you done anything exciting?
Why, yes, I have, Fran. Thank you for that. I do. About a week and a half ago, I just got back from South Africa, where I traveled for a couple of weeks with Sharon Katz and the Peace Train. And if you don't know about Sharon Katz and the Peace Train, definitely Google that after today's session and see some of the work she's been doing for the past 32 years, I believe, starting with in South Africa, they actually were a train of about, I believe, 100 kids from all different races, all different kinds of schools before the 1994 election. So there was a lot of civil unrest in South Africa at that time. And she took a train of kids across the country and did concerts all over the country to try and show South Africans what a new South Africa could be with the children of South Africa. And that's how it sort of started. That was her work as it started, and she's continued that work for the last 30 some years in different parts of the world. So she took a group of us on a tour of South Africa, and it was just amazing,
Wow.
And I learned how much I didn't know about a lot of things, including some of the songs that I like to teach in my choral classes. I found that I was not in one particular case. I had kind of a religious experience and found that even though I thought I'd done my homework, I really hadn't, and I wasn't teaching it correctly. So I had the opportunity to be humbled, and that was really amazing. And then I've also been preparing this week now madly for, I'm leading a couple of different events. Saturday, I'm leading community singing in celebration of May Day, a few days late, with one other of our cohorts from Berkeley. Bonnie Lockhart is going to join me to lead a labor sing-along. And then Monday I'm hosting the film, The 9 Lives of Barbara Dane, the documentary about the great singer Barbara Dane, who's also from the East Bay. And
I don't know that.
And then Google Barbara Dane when you get off this too, and watch the trailer for the film, and you'll just be amazed. She's a dynamo. She's still with us. She's one of the most powerful singers I've ever heard. And I'm my choir that I conduct, the Santa Cruz Peace Chorale's doing the music for that. So I'm having fun, and I'm flying by the seat of my pants, as most of you probably are. So
sounds like spring is springing.
Spring is springing, and music is at the core. So
wonderful. Oh, they both sound wonderful things. I mean, I will admit to feeling a little jealous of your trip to South Africa, as I did when I saw Kathy and all of the other wonderful folks and Arne, all gathering for that. I mean, to find out, you know, as much as you do your homework about songs, I often feel like, even though I've got this translation or this kind of like context, I know there's going to be more to it than this, so much more. So what a wonderful opportunity to actually be there and hear the songs live, the transmission, the nuance. So wow.
yeah, and I sort of felt like I was. It was so luxurious to be able to be there. I was so privileged to be able to talk to people from all over the country and find out. The other thing we were talking about before we came on live today was that the election is coming up in South Africa, and there's a lot of disappointment and lack of hope, and so it was very interesting to talk to people about that and how they were feeling, and to hear so much beautiful music from different parts of the country and how different it was amazing. And also I got to meet one of my another one of my idols, the great singer Abigail Kubeka, and hear her talk about her life as a young woman, and performing in Sophia town and then being moved to another township, and the forced removals, and how she maintained her sense of spirit and her career throughout, and is still at 85 or 84 years old, you know, still acting and singing and performing. And it was just so inspiring. So, you know,
Awesome.
No limits.
No limits, exactly. And you can do whatever you want at any age. I'm always inspired when people starting new things at all stages of their lives. So, and very inspiring about the Peace Train. There's a link in the chat to the award-winning film about the Peace Train. So I'll be going to explore that after this as well. So
yeah,
when you've got a link to find out more.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that, but please do, if you can, watch When Voices Meet, or email Sharon and ask her how you can watch it, because I've watched it maybe like 15 times because I've been at events where we've done fundraising for them. But every time I watch it, it's very inspiring and very amazing. So
that's the link we have in the chat. So that's really good. It looks like it's the same link.
Yeah, thank you, Erin, for doing all that. That's so great that you're keeping up with all that and putting it all in there. So I highly recommend watching that film, and especially if you just want to be inspired by what everyday people feel they have to do, you know, and they try to do the right thing, and to do it with music, to me, is just so powerful. So
absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you, Aileen. Well, I wish you all the best with all of your workshops and everything. And one day, let's make that singing workshop happen somewhere. We'll meet in the middle of the Atlantic on a raft.
Let's meet in Paris, Fran.
Oh, that would be good.
I've seen some of your posts of things that you're doing, and I've watched a couple of videos of you leading songs. Mm-hmm. And I felt at the time, I haven't watched anything recently, but I felt at the time, I felt like you and I have a similar style for how we lead community singing, and I thought, I want to get together with this woman and do something. It would be really fun. So
I'd love to one day. I love your energy too, so it's mutual appreciation.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thank you for all the things you're doing for Daily Antidote of Song too.
Oh, pleasure. I love it. I love being here and contributing. Yeah, thank you. Well, are you going to join us in, are we going to join you in singing the same song again, or a different one?
Same one. We're gonna follow the Daily Antidote rule and go ahead and sing it again. And
awesome.
This time you know what's coming up and you know all the lyrics, so I'll be enjoying watching your faces while we sing it all together. I think we wanted to mention too, Fran, that although Jo had to leave, she wanted to say that there's a lot of exciting movement happening for another dialogue with the same people as Tuesday on racial justice. And then also there's she's also putting together 2 programs for the Reggie Harris, Greg Greenway show. Oh, she's back. You're back.
Yeah.
You can say it. Why don't you say it, Joe? Just make the announcement and then
Thank you so much, Aileen. That's so nice of you to even remember that we were chatting about that. So on June 20th, we're going to do Reggie and Greg's Deeper Than the Skin in Tacoma Park, Maryland. We're going to do it live and live streamed. Or live and recorded. We're so excited that they're doing that. We're going to be doing it actually as a fundraiser for all of our anti-racist work. So a big shout out to Reggie and to Greg Greenway and to all the other folks who are going to be working to make that happen. And yes, the racial justice discussion that we had on Tuesday got so much positive feedback. And everybody said, please don't wait too long to do it again. So we're looking to figure out just how soon we can bring the next one up. And we're going to doing a lot of fundraising to support that work. I think it's really super important. And I've actually been here the whole time. I just snuck onto another page so that I could be focused on all these amazing spotlighted faces. So I'm super excited to sing along with you again, Aileen, and thank you so much.
Oh, what a pleasure to be here always. And thank you so much, everyone, for showing up to get your daily antidote. And thank you for being my daily antidote. I really needed this myself, so thank you very much. And here we go again. Now, this time you know it, so just go to town on the whole thing. And think about that time when someone said to you, you can't possibly know what's good for yourself. Or, I can do that for you. Or, you don't have the tools to do that for yourself or to think for yourself. So I always think about someone saying, and I've even had this said to me, and it's the 21st century, but you just stay at home and eat chocolates all day. Candy wrappers. Here we go. Well, everybody thinks my head's full of nothing, wants to put his own special stuff in, fill the space with candy wrappers, keep out sex and revolution, but there's no hole in my head. Too bad. Well, call me a dupe of this and the other, call me a puppet on a string. They don't know my head's full of me, and I have got my own special thing, and there's no hole in my head. Too bad. Well, I have lived since early childhood, figuring out what's going on. I know what hurts, I know what's easy, when to stand and when to run, and there's no hole in my head. Too bad. Here we go now, here's the orchestra. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Stop shouting in my ear, there's something I want to listen to. There's a kind of bird song out there somewhere, and feet walking the way I mean to go, and there's no hole in my head. Too bad. We go back to the first verse, last time through. Everybody thinks my head's full of nothing, wants to put his own special stuff in, fill that space with candy wrappers, keep out sex and revolution, but there's no hole in my head. I said there's no hole in my head. There's no hole in my head. Too bad.
Oh, yes. Look at everybody going for it. That was just so amazing.
Is it possible to unmute everyone and just sing There's No Hole in My Head all together? Like scream it to the great unknown. Can we do that?
You got it. Here we go.
Okay, ready? But there's no hole in my head. Too bad.
beautiful. Thank you so much. Wait, now I have to unmute you guys. Hang on one second.
That actually sounded good.
Yeah, it was beautiful, wasn't it? That was really amazing. I swear I heard that kazoo that we saw. I could hear the kazoo.
That kazoo was wonderful. Thank you to whoever that is. Oh, there were a couple of them then, because I saw another one too. That's so great. You have the instruments at your command. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you again next time.
Thank you, Aileen, so much. That was a blast. Can we give Aileen a big wave and send her lots of love? That was awesome. Thank you so much, and we very much look forward to seeing you next time. Let's wave Aileen out of the room and say goodbye and thank you. Bye for now, Aileen.
Bye. Thank you.
Love, that was wonderful. And let's say goodbye to everyone in the room. I hope that sends you on your way with some zest and verve. I'm sure it will. So thank you to Jojo, New Hampshire. Thank you for all you do for the Daily Antidote. Nancy Schimmel, how wonderful that you are here. Thank you for joining us too. Arlene in Berkeley, goodbye to you. Have a wonderful day. Same to Hodder in BC, Susan in Cincinnati, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK, Kim in New Hampshire, Sheila in North Florida, Laris in the UK, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Caroline in DC, Jim in Maryland, Caroline in Boise, Erin in the Bronx, thank you so much for all of your tech work, Athena in Brooklyn, Kate G in Charlottesville, Anne in Nashville, Cliff in Vermont, Annette in California, Sue Miller in Seattle, and we have Bob Gesser. And goodbye for now. Kathy in Colorado, loved your dancing today. I mean, I loved everyone's, but you stood out somehow. I loved it. I loved it. Kat Cox, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. Cricket in Maryland. And Martha in Oregon, have a great day. Karen in Oregon too. Deborah in Kentucky. Benet in Berkeley. Dan in Vienna. Trish in Victoria. Kevin in New Hampshire. Mabel, Bob, and the Bears in Massachusetts, goodbye to you. Storm in Massachusetts too, hope you feel better soon. Aloysius in Massachusetts, Linda in Concord, Delhi in Maryland, Anne in Silver Spring, the Curly Tops, Linda in Orcas Island, Kevin in DC, Gary in Massachusetts, Elizabeth in California. And goodbye to these final few lovely souls who've been here today. Bonnie Schuster, Sandy in North Carolina, Nancy in Washington State, LMG in Connecticut, and last but not least, Sarah in Connecticut too. Goodbye to everybody on our live stream as well. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Keep singing, everyone. Bye for now.